Alright, what's up guys? So I'm back with another Rick's Tips coaching video. Um, in today's video we're going to take a look at a gold Moira player. Their peak is 2029 and their current SR is 1984. They say my teammates are dog shits, and I need help getting better at healing with Moira. So, first of all, I'm assuming that it's not just your teammates. Just a healthy assumption. Alright, I guess let's hop into this. So on defense, typically Moira isn't really the play on defense because she can't get too much accomplished until the enemy team gets close. I mean, it's fine because it's gold, but in this situation, I would rather you run like an Ana or a Baptiste or a Zen. With that Ana, you could run either a Bap or a Zen, preferably a Zen, but Ana Moira isn't the best healer combo, but it's all good. We'll see how it works out.
Science will reveal the truth.
My ultimate is charging.
You ain't faster than a bullet.
So let's
Why don't we
see.
find out?
Stab,
Физкульт, привет!
stab.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Greetings.
Comp, dude.
Executing pre-combat routines. Optimizing strategy. For your own safety, get behind the barrier.
5, 4, 3,
Whenever you press tab,
1.
the little
Attackers incoming.
window button thing.
Defend objective A.
Hurry up
Alright,
about
so orb isn't the best. Alright, so you're throwing orb with a diva.
Defend objective A.
We see right here, and we really have to look down, but right there is a diva, and we can see her cop outfit. So with diva, we don't want to be throwing orb into her because basically our orb, she's just gonna pop matrix, and then there goes all the value out of our orb. So if there's not a diva, then sure, throw orb into them right out the gate. Although generally you still would probably want to wait until they're in a closed off room, say like right over here, or even if they go further back around and then are in that choke back there. But we don't want to be just chucking orb the second they walk out of spawn. It's not going to get that much value, and then also, like I said, they have a diva who's just going to use
Hurry
it.
up
In this
about
case, she doesn't, but in a normal game, that orb would just get eaten, or in a higher rank game, sorry. Okay. So, this is what Hammond wants you to do. He wants to draw as much attention on him as possible. Alright. We can ignore Hammond for a little bit. We can have somebody else chase him. We have an Ana. Hammond's pretty big. Ana could sleep him. Ana could just focus him down. We have an Orisa that can just kind of poke some shots in. We don't need to dive this Hammond. We are the main healer for the team, along with Ana. But you guys are both main healers, so if he's pulling a main healer off point and you're using Fade, for one, if this Hammond's good, he might be able to kill you. Your team, I'm assuming, is going to push in with you. But if this Hammond's good enough, he can kill you, because without Fade, you're basically a sitting duck. You'll still get self-heal and you might be able to kill him, but if he knows what he's doing, he'll be able to kill you in a 1v1. So we're diving him. We're putting ourselves in jeopardy. We're also taking value away from our team, because the most value you can get out of Moira is when you're healing. Very rarely are you going to get an insane amount of... Well, I mean, you'll get value out of doing DPS. You know, Moira's meant to do both DPS and healing. Granted, she's supposed to heal more because she's a main healer. So in this scenario, you're really minimizing your value. We dive down. Hammond doesn't know what he's doing. But now he's given up the high ground. We're winning. It's fine. But typically we don't want to do that, because that's exactly what he wants you to do, is jump down. You can wait.
Strength flows from you. My will made real.
That's it.
There you go. McCree's full HP. We don't need to be healing. Why are we? Alright, what are we? What?
Get into position.
Barrier activated.
Oh, joining team chat. We need to be with our team more. They're fighting. Alright, what are we doing? Look. Our team is behind us. I don't know exactly what to do. I'm just gonna draw like a U-turn sort of thing. Our team's behind us. We should pull a U-turn. Or 180 turn, whatever. But we need to turn around and go back with team. As Moira, you want to stay with the team. Because you're getting your max value out of that. You're a brawly hero. When your team's fighting... That's terrible underline. I don't know. Whatever. But when your team's fighting, you want to stay with them. Because that's when you're going to get the most value. You're either keeping them up or you're dealing damage at close range with your orbs and stuff like that. So running away like this, and I don't even know what we're doing. We're kind of just like walking aimlessly. We're hiding behind a wall now. What? Alright, the majority of our team's dying. We're... What are you doing? What? What the hell are you doing?
Ultimate is charging.
Hello?
This will restore you.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't be AFK. Pro tip.
Hello?
Objective lost.
No idea.
New defense
We
point.
must all make
Objective B.
sacrifices in the name of science.
Alright. So, let's rewind just a tad.
Objective
Coming out.
lost. New defense point.
We must all make
Objective
sacrifices.
First of all, waste of fade, because we know this team's gonna steamroll, or not steamroll, roll over right onto us, because they just capped point. They're gonna be coming straight for point. You need to have fade up. Lucio is on you using speed boost. You're gonna get to point like mega fast. It's a waste of fade.
Sacrifices in the name of science.
Why are you putting a sprint on? Alright, so this is my thing right here.
Oh, excuse.
Okay, yeah, they kill her. So that's
Science.
when you need to have fade up. Right here. So let me get my little pen. Alright, so Doomfist is gonna dive in. And then he's gonna die, but he's gonna knock this Orisa right here. Orisa. Up in the air. And she's gonna be low HP. If you had Fade here, which, I mean, you're close, you're 1 second. But if you had Fade here, we can dive in with Fade. And then we can use our Orb and our Heal Juice to keep the Orisa up. But instead she dies to Diva because we don't have Fade.
Oh, excuse.
Also, we're not proactive. We had Fade there. It's probably gonna be safer. We are overusing heals here. We have a Lucio healing right there. Alright, so when this Diva's...
New
So when this
Oh,
Diva
excuse.
cool, like this is when you need to hold down the heal button. But after this, you still keep holding it down when they're not in danger. When your allies are not in danger and they still need healing, just tap them, just feather it. Like here, actually, I'm not sure. Not all Moira slow ranks know what I'm talking about. All right, here. I'll show you what I mean.
Science will reveal the
Feather.
truth.
Just feather. Gives you so much more healing. Let me make sure. Okay, cool. My recording's still going. But yeah, you feather like that. It gives you, I believe, it's 60 heal per every little burst, and that's over time. So people need to top up, do that instead of doing this, because look how fast it's burning your
I need to
burning your bar
recharge.
down. Also, another tip is feather this, and look how quickly I'm getting my heal back. As opposed to this.
Your strength fades.
Here, I'm gonna burn some of it. Okay, normal rate. Tap fire. Builds up way quicker. Alright. So, actually, wait, let me exit the practice range. Yeah.
Restoring you. Your body decays.
We can heal that kid.
This will heal you.
Waste the orb, we've won the fight, and nobody needs heal. You're still wasting healing on people when people don't need it. Stop with the brace up. Whatever. We're another waste of orb. See, look, your orbs get you there. I mean, you already have coalescence, but your orbs are what generate the most ult charge. So you want to be making sure you're getting value out of them, especially the heal orbs. The heal orbs, you need to be getting value out of those.
The last Moira
You
do.
can't just be throwing them willy-nilly.
Get into position. Allow me. You grow weak.
I just realized I forgot about the last time I did one of these videos. I had the audio messed up. So I apologize. And we're screwed. And we could have. Hold up. Actually, I want to review that.
You.
Waste of fade.
Mic off. Mic on.
I apologize. I'm getting a phone call. Anyways. Waste of fade. We don't need fade. And now we're not going to have fade when we actually need it to survive Diva Bomb. So we need to be making sure our abilities are getting value. Waste the heal juice. Alright, we're all good actually. That's wrong. And we're still healing. We're healing willy-nilly. Like, nobody needs it. We're wasting our healing
Moira
here.
do.
Oh my gosh. I
Get into
apologize.
position. Allow me. You grow weak.
We don't. Alright. So we're going into. Somebody gonna. I have no idea. I apologize. Anyways.
What
So
the
when we're
last
going in to
Moira
heal
do?
somebody, we want to be in there quick and out as quickly as possible. Either use fade to escape or fade to engage, but we want it to be quicker. We need it to be quicker so that we can get in and out.
Allow me.
We're going to. We've committed to helping this McCree. So this Doomfish should have this McCree's crit. He has him in a perfect position. All he has to do is shoot some, shoot like one of his bursts, and then that McCree dies. So, I would probably say back off. I mean, Heal Orb's gonna give him a little bit of sustain. It's not that much, but it might be enough. I believe the McCree does end up living. But since we seem to have committed to this, well, I mean we have, since we've committed to helping this McCree, let's use our fade so that we can get in quickly and save this McCree as quickly as possible. So, let's do that. But no, we walk in, this McCree, the Doom should have been able to kill McCree. I don't know honestly how he got out. And then we waste fade running away. And then
Get into
we
position.
walk in. This Kree should die. Doom decides to do that. Then we fade back. We don't need to fade back there. We're not really in immediate danger. But the enemy team popped literally every ult, so this is fine. Although they might cap off of it. They probably will. So.
We must all make sacrifices and surrender to my
Alright. So, because this is overtime, I'm not going to be as nitpicky, but typically when you do coalescence, you want to toss an orb right before it, because then that orb is active while you're coalescing, and you're going to get so much value. Also, you'll have an orb coming right out of coalescence. So if you're playing for heals and playing for sustain, you'll have another orb for more sustain. At the end, if you're playing more defense, or more DPS oriented, then you're gonna have an extra burst of damage at the end. Now granted, you should be using coalescence to heal and damage at the same time. But.
Science will reveal the truth.
Reinhardt, we need to find you some new cocoon.
Oh wait, hold up. I pressed tab for a second. There we go. No, not tab, but whatever. Alright. So let's go over the team comp. Moira, Lucio, this works. They're both combos. They're good for brawling and stuff. Now granted, I realize you don't have control. Granted, you are in team chat though, so if you have comp knowledge, like as to what works well and what doesn't, then share it with the team because you will do better because of it. Because there's a lot of garbage comps that are run in low ranks. And if you know what is good and what is bad, then you can help that. So, Moira, Lucio, good. Because they both combo, they're both divey, whatever. Hanzo, Widow. So, if this were on defense, I might be okay with this. If they would have proven themselves as snipers. However, this Widow, I believe this person's been on Widow for a bit of the game, if I'm not mistaken. And she hasn't really done anything. No offense. But I haven't seen really any value out of the Widow. Also, this Hanzo, I don't think this guy's ever ran Hanzo, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But on attack, this is bad. Because Widow, first of all, what's she gonna do? She can't really do anything walking out a spawn door. By the way, I keep on checking my recording periodically. I apologize. I just want to make sure that it never stops. So periodically checking it. But anyways, Widow really doesn't have too many vantage points that she can get to. If they're running a cheesy comp, then they're just gonna laser her down from high ground, so she can't really do too much. Hanzo could be a play, although honestly with the comp we're running and the Reinhardt, sorry, I meant to make something different. There we go. With the Reinhardt, we already have a brawly comp as it is, so we kind of want to stay brawl oriented. So this double sniper could be swapped out for a Reaper Mei, McCree Reaper, Tracer Reaper, Doomfist, whatever. Although Doomfist isn't that great right now, but still, could be swapped out for basically anything else that's brawly or divey. Hog isn't exactly the best. Zarya would be better. A Zarya or a Diva. But granted, this comp's kind of a mess, so whatever. But yeah, so if we're running Moira, Lucio, we want to stay more dive oriented or brawl oriented. And then, you know, if we're running double sniper, we want to be more bunker. But this double sniper it's just bad right now, so nothing you can really do about it though. Granted, the one dude is in chat, so right here, he's the Hanzo. So what the hell is that circle? So technically you could tell them to swap, but I just like to go over comps every game because then I can help everybody to understand what comps are good and what comps are bad. Because then, you know, when you're in team chat like this, you can tell your team, hey, this comp's bad, can we run this instead? Maybe you don't word it exactly like that, but
Science will reveal the truth.
Reinhardt, we need to find you some new cocoon.
What's wrong with it?
No. To win a match.
just skip ahead a little bit.
2, 1. Attack commencing.
Let's make this a match
Capture
win.
Objective A.
Trap.
This will restore you. Ligam Karula. I will unmake you.
That was an unneeded orb. Junkrat's gonna die anyways.
Junkrat primed and ready.
Probably is.
Allow me to repair the damage.
You should come over to me.
We're
I
holding
was
heals
healing
down.
you.
What are we healing there? We're not healing anything right here.
You should come over to
Look, you
me.
walk in and then you just spray all over the place. Look at these guys. They're full HP. And if they're not full, they're very close. They're not critical, they're not even in dangerous condition. So you spraying the heal isn't doing anything. Also, they're out of range pretty much, so you spraying heal is literally doing nothing but
I was healing you.
look at this, you're doing nothing. Alright, now the Reinhardt uses it.
My will made
And, you know, Reinhardt is being over aggro, so you couldn't really do anything to save him there.
Double kill.
One pass.
Get into position. I need to recharge.
Push it. Junk wet. Fire. Guys, their Junkrat has aimbot. Guys, you can't believe their Junkrat has aimbot.
I'm on fire.
Yeah, I know.
All evidence supports this claim.
Objective A captured. Commence attack on
Alright.
objective B.
Oh wait, what were our stats? Also, I want to analyze
I'm on
the enemy.
fire.
Yeah, I know.
All evidence supports this claim.
Objective A.
Alright. So, we got 3.1k heals. That at this point should typically be about 5k. You should be getting 5k or more around. That's a good number to stick by. So then it makes sure you're not doing this where you're doing all the damage for the team. Because a lot of low rank Moiras will have all the gold medals, but then their healing medal won't even be that good. And typically low rank Moiras also, their healing and their damage average stats are typically, now this isn't for everybody, but they're typically the same. Or very similar, or very close in the amount of damage and amount of heals per 10 minutes. So your healing should be double the amount of damage that you're getting. So yeah, this should definitely be higher. Let's see.
Captured. Commence attack on objective B.
This
You
will
didn't really
restore
need to wait in there, but it's fine. Also, that was a waste of orb. Nobody really needed it.
Just dies.
Like, this entire game, we've been wasting orb. Orb is very important. We can't just waste it like that. Again, we're wasting orb. What is that orb gonna do? Your Hog's full HP. He doesn't need it. We're wasting our orb so much.
I'm restored.
You're dead.
Get out. Get out. You should have faded out. I'm
This will
assuming that
heal
was...
you.
Alright, you should have died there. So, like, right about...
I have.
When that
I'm
dude goes
restored.
down... When those two go down, when that Rift Tower goes off, this fight is lost. They just got two big picks. I think it's now, like, what, a 3v5? You have your Reinhardt right over here in some area. You got your Roadhog right there, and then you got you. Or whatever. I'm just gonna circle your ult. Why not? So you got you three against 5. And they also have a Bongo right about, like, over here. So, somewhere-ish. So you've lost this fight. They just got some huge picks. They have an ult active. They're going to steamroll you. You should do a 180. That's a poor U-turn. Should do a 180. And you should use your fade and get out. We shouldn't be lollygagging and basically dying. Because if this were a higher SR game, he would die here. Like, we're helping this hog. He's screwed. Don't help him. It's his fault for overextending. Well, I mean, not really, but he's overextended. He's gonna die. Accept it. You have to. Sometimes when you're a healer, like, you could help somebody. Yeah, but you're probably gonna kill yourself in the process. So you do have to let people die sometimes. Also, we messed up our fade big time here, and we should die here. If this were a higher ranked game, they have a Winston, they would dive you and kill you, and then you'd be staggered. So... in low ranks, there's typically a lot of over-aggression and a lot of over-passiveness. And that was an example of the over-passiveness. Please don't throw an orb down here. Please don't.
That is not a
Injured
Smurf.
again.
You think that's a Smurf? You got something wrong
pick.
in your mind.
We're full autoing the heals. First of all, we need to be able to aim so that we can actually hit the
You
target.
got something wrong
shouldn't
in your
be-
mind.
It looks like you don't understand or aren't comfortable with your sensitivity. Your aim is like this. Like, quick turns, you're like freaking out, whatever. You don't really know what you're doing, it appears. Your aim should be smooth. Smooth aim. Smooth aim. That's how you're gonna get good aim. Just keep a smooth aiming style. Don't do this kind of stuff where you're just freaking out, because you're not gonna finish. Like, okay.
You think that's a smurf?
Okay.
You got something
We're all
wrong
good, we're all
in your
good.
mind.
We just freaked the fuck out. So yeah, keep it smoother.
Get into
Also, we
position.
don't need to full spray that person. We can tap spray feather, like I said earlier.
Put your strength.
Crash.
Alright, we can toss an Orbin.
Surrender to my will.
Good, that's just unlucky. We
Fuck.
didn't really do anything.
Oh, I hate McCree.
I mean, we could have predicted result, but
Don't.
it's fine. That's unlucky.
I'm not dead yet. A touch from afar.
Incoming! Get behind!
This will restore you.
Kill her.
I'm restoring.
Alright, back out.
Drunk
Back
her,
out,
drunk
back
her,
out.
drunk her.
That's a waste of orb. We don't need that. There's a health pack. Waste of orb. Because we could use the orb here.
As young as he is.
Allow me to repair the damage. This will
Why are we pushing back in? Alright. You're in team chat, right? It seems like at least 3 people are in team chat, if not more. This is lost. We just lost Roadhog over here. Look at the kill feed. Look at this kill feed. They have 2 picks on us. We're going in 4v6. How do you think this is going to work out? We're going to get absolutely stomped. You need to cut your losses when you can. You shouldn't keep on pushing the needle further when you have lost. You're just feeding ult charge at this point, and you're staggering your time even worse. So
allow me to repair
you
the
can
damage.
tell your team to back off. Like, look, they're all in here. You got your soldier, you got Lucy, or here, let me mark them, sorry. You got Lucio in chat, you have Tracer in chat, and you have Moira in chat. So those are terrible outlines, but whatever. You get the point. Everybody that you're pushing in with, except for the Rhine, who I'm taking a guess that he's in chat. Everybody except for the Rhine, you know is in chat. Tell them to back off. This is a terrible push.
This will improve your condition.
You're gonna get slaughtered. Where's Rhine? Where's the orb? Also, us just standing in the middle of the hallway doesn't really do that much except for feed ult charge.
Get into position.
What are you spraying? You're not spraying anything.
Your body decays.
We need to make sure we're getting value out of what we're doing. This is a loss. We're not even, like, we might be getting picks here and there, but we're not actually able to commit to it. We don't have the team size. Back off. Let this Reinhardt die. Let him die. Stop pushing in. Don't save him.
This will restore you.
Okay. Okay.
McCree top right.
I'm expecting the enemy team to die, but
I require
they
assistance.
should. You guys are just getting lasered. Tell them to. You can be a shot caller. Like, you can be a shot caller. Tell your team to go one way because you guys keep on lollygagging places and getting domed.
Thank you.
Push
with him,
feathered
then.
that. Excuse me. We could have feathered that. Reinhardt's being a dumbass.
Allow me
Oh,
to
he's
repair
dead.
the damage. Tell me how this
Call for
feels.
everybody to regroup. We're burning time. We should have beat this team by now. It's been 3 minutes. We started out with 5 minutes. Now we're below.
Drunk red by himself.
There you go. Nice
Calm
kill.
yourself.
Back out.
Get monkey, get monkey, get monkey.
Don't keep fighting them. Don't keep fighting them.
Surrender to my
We
will.
should not be investing.
Get monkey, get monkey, get monkey. Monkey dead, monkey dead.
It's high noon.
We need to get a good regroup. You're not grouping up with your team. I don't know why the audio just cut out. What?
That changes my
We
thinking.
need to group up with our team. Tell your team to group up,
My ultimate is
and then let's go in and get it.
My ultimate is charging.
Why did you just waste fade there? What are we doing? Why are you leaving team chat?
Healing. I require healing.
What are we doing? This is the last minute. What are we doing? We're throwing.
See what I have to deal with?
60 seconds remaining.
Don't complain! Listen, yes, your teammates are being total fucking dumbasses. I'm not debating that. But you can also be a team leader. You see all this shit that's happening, and if you know it's bad, then why don't you speak up and say something? You can, instead of switching off team chat, you could tell your team, group up, let's go left side, or group up, let's go right side. What ults do we have? Alright, let's combo this ult and this ult. But no, we're...
Clearing the area.
Now we're just gonna waste our time lollygagging around messing with the team chat. We just burned like 30 seconds doing that.
This will restore
You
you.
realize. Team's dying. Like, you see all this bad shit that's happening, but like, speak up. If you know this is bad gameplay, and you know this is bad things that your team is doing, then speak up. Tell them to group up and go places. Now you're just feeding. You could have had one more fight. You had 20 seconds left. You could have backed off, faded in, and touched last second, but instead we just fed there.
When faced with a setback, we must challenge our assumptions.
How are we getting kills? What?
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
Alright.
The power.
We're I get that you gotta get to point, but like, dude, come on. Look. So if we're gonna attack either one of these, we should be focusing McCree while he's not focusing us. But we're focusing Mercy instead. This McCree just got res, meaning he has all cooldowns up, as we are going to find out in the next like 2 seconds. Flashbang 2 shots to the head takes you right out of the game pretty quickly. There you go, and you're dead.
Oh, fuck. I got killed by a McCree.
Yeah, this should have been a
He's
very
behind us.
easy win. Your team, yes, they were responsible for it. You
There
were
was
as
a
well.
flaw
though.
in my approach.
You had a lot of big mistakes. Well, they weren't huge, but you weren't really getting value out of any of your orbs, which is a huge part of Moira's kit. Also, you didn't speak up. You need to speak up. So, main things. For one, you say your teammates are dog shit, which in that game they kind of were, yeah. But enemy team was also dog shit. It's the thing about the low ranks. Everybody's bad, pretty much. So if you realize all this bad stuff's happening, then it's pretty easy to get out, because it's normally the people that don't realize that that is bad behavior that it's hard for them to get out. But you realize this is happening, all you gotta do is take action on it. If your team's being stupid, you can work with that, dude. I've played with stupid people and beaten top 500s that are like rolling us just because I tell people what they need to do in order to win the game. So you just gotta be more active in comms if people are being stupid like that, and just trickling in for like 2 to 3 minutes straight, just feeding ult charge and staggering themselves. Then tell them what they're doing wrong. Be like, hey guys, we are trickling in, we're staggering, what are we doing? Group up, group up, group up. Let's go right side, right side. Let's combo Shatter and Coalescence, Shatter and Coal. And then, you know, there you go. Go in and mess shit up. But we can't just lollygag around and then get mad at our team when they're being stupid if we're not willing to say anything. Also, your aim needs work. I realize you're a Moira main. But you still should have basic enough aim in order to hit your heal spray and stuff like that, because you had instances where you would miss people with your heal spray just because your aim, and that should never be happening. Also, we shouldn't be holding down trigger for our heal spray. let me check my recording. Alright, cool. We shouldn't be holding down our trigger for heal spray when only feathering is needed, and not the full auto. I feel like that's wrong, but I'm gonna call it that. We don't want a full auto spray. Just tap fire the spray, the heal spray. And also we want to make sure our orbs are getting value. For one, don't chuck them into a diva, she'll eat them. For two, when we're using a DPS orb, don't do that. But we want to make sure our orbs are getting value, because that entire game, barely any of your orbs got value. Your orbs, you would throw them in random places, you would use them for little tiny top-ups when you have, like, full heal juice. Like, your heal juice is meant for the majority of the healing. Orbs are either meant for when, one, your heal juice is gone, or two, you need to stop an assassination. An assassination is when, like, for example, a Genji or a Doomfist dives in on somebody and, you know, they can do quick burst damage and kill somebody and get out really quick. That's called an assassination, and you can stop that by popping orb and heal juice at the same time and just holding both of those down on that person. And you normally will have to use both cooldowns to save the person, because you use Fade to dive in on them and then orb and heal juice to keep them up. You're one of the few heroes that can do that, like, outright, other than, like, you know, stopping the attacker in the first place. Like, for example, a Brig or an Ana. You're one of the people that can, one of the healers, sorry, that can keep people up through an assassination attempt. So also make sure, like, a lot of Moiras will use their Fade just to escape, and you want to use it not only to escape, I mean, use it to escape when you need to, but also use it to fade in to your teammates when they're overextended. Because in the rank you're in right now, there's going to be a hell of a lot of overextensions. People are going to be doing stupid shit left and right. They're going to be diving all the way into the enemy team, and basically the only way we're going to be able to do anything about that is by using Fade aggressively. Even in high ranks, sometimes, you know, when you're running dive, you'll get a bit over aggressive sometimes to chase the kill. Sometimes you'll have to fade into your teammates so that they don't die when they're being aggressive like that. So we want to be more proactive with things like that. Make sure our orbs get value. If you see something, say something, basically. And I hate to use that quote in this instance, but, you know, honestly, if you do see your teammates being dog shit, then tell them what they're doing wrong. Don't be like, hey, you suck, stop doing this. But, you know, hey guys, can we group up? Can we do this? You know, be polite, whatever. But if you're seeing issues, then step up and say something about it and get the issue resolved so that you can win the game. Don't just leave chat and then be like, oh, this is what I have to deal with. This is why I'm gold. Because, dude, trust me, I was in gold. I was in gold for a hell of a long time because I had your same mentality. I was stuck in gold for 9 seasons straight. And it's because I had your mentality that my teammates were shit. I knew what I was doing because I watched all the top 500 guides. And I knew all the combos for Genji, and I knew all the spots for Widowmaker. And it didn't mean shit because I didn't know game sense or anything like that would actually help me to climb. So you need to focus on yourself more than your teammates. Like, yeah, you're gonna lose games because of throwers. I get throwers even on when I'm playing comp, okay? Everybody gets throwers, and people that suck at the game, you gotta learn to deal with it. If you're doing the right thing, and doing the things that will maximize your impact in the game, you are going to climb. Regardless, overall, you will climb. Your team might hold you down for a few games, you know, every now and then, and that happens, and it's fine, it's Overwatch. But overall, you will climb. So focus on yourself, not your teammates. If something bad is happening, then solve it. You have a mouth. But yeah, so overall, main things I want you to focus on. For one, aim. It's not a huge deal, but try and get your aim a little bit better. Feather your heal juice instead of full autoing it when it's, you know, when the time arises, because you wasted a lot of heal juice. Feather your DPS, your grasp, whatever, purple grasp, to get your heal juice back when you need it. Just feather that. And hold on.
Mic off.
Alright, sorry, I had to stop the recording for a second. But anyways, to finish off, yeah, don't make sure you're feathering and healing when it, when it's the better thing to do. Don't waste your orbs. Make sure you and use your fade aggressively to help teammates. But yeah, so focus on big core aspects. Make sure you're getting value out of cooldowns and stuff like that. But anyways, that was a bit drawn out for the outro. I apologize. I'm gonna try and make it more concise, but I just, for some odd reason, I go on tangents at the end of videos. So alright, it's been fun though, and I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.